It's been a slow start to the week. I think I'm still jet lagged. Is that possible? I don't know how long jet lag lasts, but I landed last Wednesday back from the US and now it's Tuesday. Although I was up at 5 a.m. on Friday and then I had some questionable sleep over the weekend. So I think a week's still acceptable, right? I hope. But anyway, it's been a slow morning. However, I have been doing some things based on the shoot last week. So I've been looking through the footage, organizing that footage. The idea is I'm going to organize the footage into each person that I filmed for the talking heads last week. And then I'm going to send that over to the client. It's going to be a little while before he comes back to me just because he's got some personal things to be dealing with, but he's going to go through that footage, pick out the best versions, because we took about 3 to 5 takes based on how comfortable the person was in front of the camera. As we all know, talking to a lens, just like me now, I'm still getting used to it, is not easy. So a few of them had more takes than others. The client's going to go through those takes and then come back to me with timestamps based on the best versions. So been going through that, organizing it into folders this morning. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it off on Google Drive. I'll give them a Google Drive link and he can download it and look through it at his leisure. Aside from that, I have been making some amendments to the Hytest project that I'm doing, the footwear that I did the shoot for in the house a couple of weeks ago. The idea was I had to do a 30-second hero video, which they seem to be happy with. That's been signed off. Then I've got the 15-second cut down, which I also sent across. They now seem to be happy with that. Made a couple of last-minute amendments this morning to it. I'm happy with it. We're getting closer to it. Now all I need to do once they've confirmed that is create the different aspect ratios. They want 3 different aspect ratios for this. They want more of a 16:9, a 9:16, then they want a square as well. So I need to create those and then this will be another brief done. Now, something else to update you on as well. Yesterday I got a call. Now, a couple of months ago, I had a chat with an old friend on the phone. She works for a company that basically puts together freelancers and clients within this space. So she did tell me, I filled out something. She did tell me that she'd be in touch if they ever had any work. Turns out they may have some work. So they got in touch with me yesterday. A shooter has dropped out for one of their shoots next week. It's a 3-day shoot from Monday to Wednesday. And it's going to be, like I said, over 3 days shooting in an event space for an event that's taking place in London, Kensington. So close by, easy to get to. I think it's just going to be added footage for the day. It's literally just going to be the labor. No editing from my side whatsoever. They're going to have an editor on site to be editing things as they're taken. So yeah, we'll see if they come back with anything for that. They're going to get in touch with me about rates and a few more details via email. So hoping to hear back from them today. But yeah, that will be a cool job to have for next week. And if, of course, I get it, I'll take you on it. And you get to see all the behind the scenes as usual. Harley Davidson emailed me yesterday offering me another brief. Remember the rally sneaker stuff that I did? Shot it from home, delivered it. They loved it. They've come back to me offering me another brief, this time for a boot or 2 boots, men's and women's. They're going to send them through. I've got a call this afternoon with them to go through the brief. Watch out for that.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well, thank you. How about yourself?
Yes, not too bad.
Okay.
This stuff, obviously I got the brief back end of yesterday from you.
Yep.
As usual, it'd be good to just go through a few things, if that's okay.
Absolutely. Let me pull a couple things up on my screen to kind of really give you a good understanding of like what it is.
Obviously, elevated product moments is kind of like what we've had before, maybe close crops, detailed shots of the boots themselves. Yep. But what are you envisioning for this video? Are you thinking more more of a, okay, we don't want to just see the boot, we want to see actually some lifestyle shot as well? Or
I don't think it has to be.
No.
I think what I was thinking when I was writing the brief versus the rally brief is rally and Hytest. We wanted high energy, crazy excitement. We want it to be like, wow. And like, you know, this shoe is more like, we want it to be like a sexy like video. Okay. We want to like make someone like, this boot is more like getting like buying like a Doc Marten, but way more expensive. This is a very expensive boot. And so we don't really need to drive hype. We need to drive luxury and like making it seem like this boot is worth the money. That's why like authentication was one of my words for the, what was it? Authenticity, confident, bold, and exciting. Like I still want to be bold and exciting, but we don't want it to be hypey and like really.
All good. I've got everything I need for now. All right. Bye, Ram.
Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay, that was my point of contact over at Harley Davidson. It was great to chat to them again about a upcoming brief, a boot they want me to film. It's going to be similar, from my understanding, to the previous things that I've filmed, just not as energetic. They want this to feel a bit more rich, a bit more premium. Need to have a think about how I'm going to approach this and how I'm going to film it. I don't think they want anyone in it as such. They do want it to feel lifestyle. They do want it to feel, like I said, premium. They really want to concentrate on the handmade side of it. These boots are expensive. They're about a $400 boot. So going to spend a bit of time planning for this shoot over the coming days. I'll let you in on that, and they're going to send the boots through the post. So once I get started, I'll show you my process, and I can't wait for that because quite honestly, I've got no idea what I'm going to do yet. You know, I've reached an age where if I take any time off the gym whatsoever, could be 2 days, 3 days, a week. I mean, definitely never more than a week, but if it's any time whatsoever, I go back and I'm just dead. Like my entire body aches. Like I feel like I'm never going to be able to use it again. That's how bad it is. So today I'm taking a break from lifting weights and I'm just getting some steps in this morning. Heading down to pick up some things from the supermarket. And yeah, just getting some steps in to keep moving. Because if I don't keep moving, I feel like I'll never move again. I want to talk to you about curveballs. Curveballs that projects throw from time to time. And then I want to talk to you about how you deal with it. Not me, because I'm still figuring it out. I want you to tell me how you deal with it, because it's a tough one. And I think it's a case-by-case basis as well. So yesterday I was doing the different aspect ratios, so the Hytest shoot that I did and the edits that I needed to do. They'd signed off the final videos. So I had to do a hero video and then a cut down of that. And then they wanted it in 2 other different aspect ratios. So, of course, get that signed off before, then do the different aspect ratios. Otherwise, if there's changes, you've got to then make the changes over all aspect ratios. So, got it signed off, got the other aspect ratios done. And then they came back to me and went, oh no, Ash, we've made a mistake. There's this bit in the video that actually needs to be different. The call out's wrong and it needs to say something different, which then if it needs to say something different, it's gonna show something different as well in terms of the footwear. So then it needs a replacing of footage, everything. So it wasn't too bad, fortunately. Probably an extra 2-3 hours of work, but still, it's still time, right? And I think I struggle at the moment to understand how to deal with those situations, how to balance those situations, because this is a client that keeps coming back to me. So I suppose there's a line, right? There's a line of acceptance, if you like. And if that line does get crossed eventually, then of course something has to be done. I don't know whether the client would get charged more or what, but equally I'm in a situation where I don't want to piss off the client. So it's a weird one. I think if it came to a point where it was a whole new video whole new restructure, I'd probably discuss this and I'd say, hey, this needs to be compensated somehow. But yeah, I'd love to know how you deal with those situations. But anyway, the changes got made, sent it off again. So I'll see what they think when they get back to me today, but hopefully there's no more changes to make. Yeah, hopefully we can get this project done. Okay, so I want to bring a couple of situations to your attention from this week. One of which, remember the other day when I got a call from a potential new client about a job next week? Yesterday I got a call, Monday to Wednesday, a shoot. Their shooter had dropped out. They'd heard about me from someone else and they were interested to know whether I could take on the job. So I said, yes, I'm available. They said they were going to send an email to me with further details, budgets, timings, and things like that. I never got the email. And then I followed up 24 hours later. I think it's essential that we follow up, especially if there's work on the line. So I followed up 24 hours later, nothing back. So then I did a second follow-up today, which is 3 days later, got something back. Sorry, Ash, I've taken someone else on. So what was that call about? What was the first call about asking me if I'm available? It's not like any information was traded other than, yes, I'm available. It's not like I've given a quote, it's too much, and then they've gone to someone else. No, someone else just got hired. So, yeah, that's the name of the game apparently. But someone else got hired, didn't get that job. That's the first thing. The second thing that happened yesterday was I got a message on Instagram from someone that I have kind of worked with in the past. It was when I was really getting into this type of stuff and I was just kind of doing a bit of work here and there for free. It was something I did in London Fashion Week, actually. And someone that I worked with then came to me on Instagram, and I can read you the message. And what I'd like to do, just to kind of make this a bit more fun, is let's point out how many potential red flags are in these messages. Let's see if you can spot them. Okay, first message I got was, hey Ash, I have a job in Ibiza this Friday for, not mentioning any names, but a DJ residency. Now, these particular DJs have about 2 million followers on Instagram, which I'd say is a green flag. Any chance you're available? I need photography and multicam videography. We'll likely need one person who can do each. So I can provide the videography, that's no problem. For video, I've got an £800 budget. Okay. Potential red flag, depending on what they need. Both include flights. Green flag. Depending on timing necessary, might provide accommodation as well. Might provide accommodation. Potential red flag. Since it's Ibiza, we are shooting between 11 and 12 at night till 5 and 6 in the morning. Now, that's fine. But I kind of need to know whether any accommodation's involved in this. Certainly because as well, the budget's £800. So anyway, I got back to him and I said, I'd be keen to work with you, but just need to clarify a few things. What are the deliverables for the job? You mentioned multicam filming. I'm guessing DJs, atmosphere, audience, etc. So I'm clarifying what the job actually is. What's the location? Can you confirm yes or no if the accommodation is included? Are airport transfers included each side? Came back to me. Deliverables are edited reels for the artist and raw footage behind the scenes. Okay, so let's unpack this a little bit. Deliverables are edited reels. Red flag. Like, how many edited reels? So there's no clarification on scope whatsoever. So you've got to be careful. Edited reels, some people might go, okay, yeah, I can do that. Who knows how many edited reels they want and how long these edited reels are. There's no detail. This is my point. Raw footage. Now, usually I charge extra for raw footage. Is that going to fit within the £800 budget? Another red flag. Yes, multicam is for the DJ and atmosphere. Location gave me that. Looks like a nice place. Airport transfers will be sorted by us. Green flag. But wait a minute. One of my questions was about accommodation. No reply. Red flag. I replied, thanks for the details. That all sounds good. I just need confirmation from you on accommodation. Also, how many edited reels do they need? Came back to me, 4 please, which again, depends how long they are. but 4 seems reasonable if it's minimal editing. And then asked me if I had any multicam footage as reference. But guess what? Still no confirmation on accommodation. Red flag. Why are we avoiding these questions? Nothing ever came of it in the end, but my point here is something sounds great initially. Once you dig in deeper, it's actually not that great. And it was also on 2 days' notice. Now, I understand that things are short notice at times. I get that. And if the job's good, if it's worth it, if it seems well organized, then I'm all for it. But the things that make me skeptical are when people ignore my questions. They give me minimal details. So it never came to anything, which I'm glad about, because unless something is tightly planned, regardless of whether I'm lacking work, I just don't feel comfortable taking it. Now, we spoke a bit there about monetary value of a job, whether it's worth it, whether we feel we're getting paid enough. It's not all about that. Obviously, that helps and it matters. We all need to earn money. But if, say, for example, they'd come to me and they said, Ash, it's this much, we're going to pay this much. They were clear about the deliverables. They were transparent about everything. I might think, you know what? Even though I'm not getting paid what I think the job's worth, the flights are included, the accommodation's included. I could extend my trip a little bit for a few days. It's a good portfolio piece. Potentially, I'm working with someone with a large following on Instagram as well. It's something new. Again, it's all experiences. Maybe it's worth it. But when things feel a little bit underhanded and people aren't being fully transparent, all of those things come tumbling down and you just start thinking, is this going to be more trouble than it's worth? Hello, it is Friday, finally, and just finished a 5K. It's been quite a busy end to the week. Doing a lot of admin jobs today. I had to give a quote to the new video that I'm doing for Harley Davidson, which I'll tell you all about once we get in. So I quoted 2 jobs today. One was for the Harley Davidson brief, the one that I had the call about earlier on this week. And I just want to run through that quote for you, as I always do, trying to be as transparent about what I charge, what I earn as possible on this vlog. So got the quote up here. The quote's going to be for a 1-day shoot, which will be in the house again, maybe. I need to have a think about a shot list, but it's going to be a 1-day shoot. And then from that 1-day shoot, I need to do a 30 to 45 second hero video and then 2 cut downs, a 15-second and a 6 to 8 second cut down. So I've worked out it's probably going to take, with any revisions, 3 or 4 days of my time. So for that, I've charged £2,100. So it's probably around about just over £500 a day, which my day rate for editing is like $450. So yeah, kind of works out. Plus, it's not something I haven't done before. Yeah, I need to work out a shot list and an idea for this video, but once I've got that, I know the process. So it should be 3 to 4 days, hopefully no more than that. And the other quote that I sent today was for someone on LinkedIn. If you're not on LinkedIn looking for jobs in video work, you should be, because this could potentially be 2 jobs that I've got from LinkedIn now. And I barely ever look on there. It's just that when I do, there always seems to be something. So this is for a shoot, I think in 2 weeks' time, and it's going to be in central London. What they want is some B-roll and some interviews taking place. So they want me to get that type of stuff as well. Just like a 1 light setup. But I quoted that today. I quoted for the day, and they just want delivery of raw footage. I quoted $850 for the day. So again, we'll see. They told me that they'd be back to me beginning of next week, so I should have more news on that hopefully then. And again, that's it. We've reached the end of the week. So hope you've enjoyed this week's I feel like it's been a bit here, there, and everywhere. There's not really been anything specific that I've been speaking about. But again, everything that I've been saying hopefully has added some value to you guys out there. If so, as usual, keep watching. And one way that you can do that is by watching this video here that YouTube is suggesting, and tune in next week. For now, I'm Ash, and this is Amex Motion.